so much for joining on our book reading and Q&A sessions with me, Nicky there. Good to see you guys here, those who are watching and choosing to be here in your busy day. I really thank you. Thank you. Just in recent months, the unprecedented disaster took a big wave across our world. The COVID-19 outbreak, which results so much uncertainties, including the economic instability. Around the world, we ordered to stay home, work from home, school from home, all of this new norm, right? Irrespective to how long this new norm will take. I just want to check how others are around the world coping and overcoming these challenges, and this is one of my ways. My goal is to stay connected with you all around the world and hope that we can stay grounded with our purpose in life by staying positive with optimism and love. Undoubtedly, an unprecedented situation has been in this past few months our world has ever experienced, which presented us with some of the greatest setbacks and challenges we can ever imagine, right? There's a quote that I want to share with you all. I think a lot of you probably heard about it already. Life is 10% what happened, and 90% is how we react and respond. Our daily habits, and I love to talk about this, by the way, our daily habits and routines are so important to the success in our daily lives. I know it's been a rough couple of weeks for me from all directions, but I still choose to stay positive relentlessly while overcoming any setbacks and or challenges that I may have. I never choose to play victims, by the way, in my circumstances. Rather, I step back and try to evaluate and move forward with positive and optimism and greatness in mind. So mindset is therefore for me is the anchor to your resilience. And I've said this over and again. Yes, routines are truly a secret weapon to great minds, by the way. Another thing that I want to mention is the also aspect of achieving success. Success is the objective of our lives, right? No one lives just to fail at everything. I mean, who wants to do that? The goals and objectives that we put in place are really meant to be achieved. Otherwise, why would we even bother, right? We all want to succeed, all of us, be it in business, be it in relationships, academically, including also, of course, career. The level of success is measured by your goals and objectives that we set throughout life. Now, some people are better at achieving goals than others, and this is attributed to their attitude and way of life. Yes, all men are indeed created equal. However, it is individual attributes that separate us apart. We all can achieve great success if we adopt the right attitude. If you have been struggling, with meeting goals and setting goals and objectives, chances are very high on this. That is because maybe of the way you think. Thoughts are extremely powerful. They turn into your life. Success begins in the mind, and goal setting is an attitude. Victory is formed in the mind and transformed into reality. It is all in the mind. That's why they say mindset is important. What goes in your mind is not aligned with what you are working towards. You will never get there. Anyone can become successful. You just need to learn how to succeed. And yes, indeed, success can be tough. Definitely. Now, all of these things that I just shared with you, I post them in my YouTube channel, by the way. So in case you haven't done so, please do visit my YouTube channel. Even better, subscribe. Subscribe it, and so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos, inspirational, educational, or just fun stuff. We all can relate to these days with other human beings, right? And then please do share any of my videos with your network, and that's what it's for. Okay, so in the midst of all of this chaos, I did manage to finish 2 books, to get them both published, and now they are both available on Amazon. I'm not sure when they're going to be on Kindle version. I don't know if, I checked the email and I sent an email to my publisher and then say there will be, but I don't know as far as dates and everything, but there will be eventually. But as far right now, they are in paperbacks, already available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And the first book that I published last April, named Pandemic Survival, to be exact, Dare's Guide to Pandemic Survival, which is a fun reading, full color book, less than 80 pages, filled with creative tips inside. We're gonna go over it. Yes, when I decided to put this together, only a couple of weeks after this whole thing just went crazy, like as HTF, this virus outbreak, and the pandemic lockdown was just starting at the time. I was also in shambles, to be honest with you, in my home front, because I was having lots of issues at home with my computer and data loss, and gosh, I thought it was like conspiracy, you know. I call it a tsunami unprecedented disaster. You don't want to know. Nevertheless, I took a day at a time and started my goal setting, sitting down here, not being upset, instead of putting my focus, laser focus on what I really want to do during this uncertain time, during this uncertain lockdown. And no one knows how long it will last at the time, right? Nobody still does. So I started my goal setting and set feasible, achievable, attainable, measurable goals that I can and want to achieve. And if you know me, I never want to see myself as a victim to my circumstances. I think we all should have that kind of mindset to go in, right? So I wanted to finish some books that I started writing in the past years, actually. But I decided to start something new that is so relevant to our current situation we're in, the pandemic. So I want to come up with some solutions which, everyone else can relate. So that's how this book, Pandemic Survival, was born. It is a practical guide that everyone around the world experiencing the same journey that I'm in. I'm not declaring that I'm not a scientist here nor a pandemic expert. Only a human who cares for the safety and well-being for others. Preparedness and training for disaster, by the way, are the bedrocks to survival. Has been both in my personal and my business maxim in this. It is the DNA of my organization, iDare. So I decided to put together a practical guide for you to provide helpful tools and resources we all can use these days to stay safe and sane during the lockdown at home. And that's pretty much what I had put together in this. So just remember that also change is constant and nothing is really permanent. And that's really, stood out really loud during this kind of things. There is a quote that I want to share with you guys. At the time of disaster, we should not be mobilizing resources. Instead, we should proactively be prepared already. Preparation ended when a disaster strikes, and our world is changing and is changing rapidly. We must be able to adapt and sustain ourselves from these changes, socially, culturally, and environmentally. And I think there's a quote here in the book that I had wrote about it. So at home front, we are facing new challenges, and now that the entire world is in a lockdown situation, many of us are stuck and confined in this, space called home, right? So we're all seeking for solutions to cope with it because life has to go on. We have to learn to adapt to these new normalities in our lives. So in this book, I provide some compelling articles focusing on specific issues which we're all, maybe facing, and I hope to bring solutions to the current challenges during the lockdown. The book is really truly to empower your ability to manage your stressful situation. Because I feel like that when we start managing our stressful situations, we can start to embrace the time spent with the family, right? In the closed space environment, irrespective, like I said, of how long it may take. This book does reveal practical, easy to read, and just common sense. Understand tips and resources, how you can have the ability to master your circumstances and get over it with it all. It's a survival guide. It's all about creative and practical ideas that will bring hope, joy, and inspiration in such dire times. So bottom line is that the entire book focuses on solutions, not the problem. All right, so let's get to some questions. All right, I did receive a few questions from you guys. Thank you, by the way. So let me see. All right, this is classic. Why did you write this book? And what has inspired you? Well, thank you for the question, by the way. Pretty much answered that earlier in my introduction, right? I've already done that. And I've always been a catalyst for change and making things better in complex space in the world. In order for us to see clarity and stay focused in solving problem, I don't think that we can be stuck in focusing on a problem. Rather, we should be shifting our mindset and also along with action to bring solutions, right? So basically, that's what inspired me to write this book, a practical guide which provides solutions and not the problem during the pandemic lockdown that we're in right now. Okay. All right. Thank you for the question. Classic. What are some of your best favorite section on the book? Love it. Great questions. I'd say all of them, simply because I know them all, right? Simply because each section specifically talks about tips and solutions for everyone in your family, your kids, your children, yourself as a parent. For example, first off, I had intentionally put forth a small disclaimer indicating that this pandemic is not permanent, certainly not the end of the world, and that's at the beginning, right, on this life-saving guide. Then it talks about how to overcome anxiety during the pandemic. It's how you overcome anxiety and stress during this time, and also include how to stay calm in the midst of chaos, because it really truly is how you save yourself first before you can save others, right? Same scenario, same concept. If you're boarding on an airplane, let's say, before the airplane takes off, we all need to go through the safety briefings and familiarizing ourselves with the tools and gears and saving ourselves, right? Even before we can save others around us. That's the same concept. And the next sections on this life-saving guide also talks about each one of us, the loved ones at home, how to entertain your kids, children, how to be creative, how to work from home, setting up your home office environment. That's so very important, by the way, because you will be, first off, adjusting to this new space, right? And then you will need to be adapting new habits and your new routines during the days, all of this, irrespective how long this will last. Now, one of my favorite, nothing because I have been advocating safety and disaster preparedness for decades now, is the personal and business preparedness. I believe it's chapters 9 and 10. Chapters 9 and 10. Chapter 9, how to get your pandemic emergency kit ready. And chapter 10 is how past pandemics can prepare businesses to face new ones. Those are my favorite ones also. On the emergency kits, commonly asked question to me during my past disaster preparedness workshops, the community workshop mainly, something like this: I don't have anything at home or at workplace. I don't have anything right now. How do I start one? What do I need to buy? My answer, that's pretty much common, by the way. My answer to that: never too late to start one today. So start building your emergency kits today. Now, although there are plenty available online or any of the stores right now, right? Comes from different areas of basic to deluxe, versions, 72 hours to 1 week supplies. First off, the best one is your personalized one. What I mean by that, personalize your kits. Get your survival emergency kits based on what you need, based on your household size, based on your lifestyle, based on your budget, and include your pets if you have those also at your home, right? They're also part of the family. So I want to take this time to encourage you to shop your emergency items online right now, right? Amazon has many varieties, and supplies must meet the FEMA and Red Cross approved, by the way. And by the way, my nonprofit has partnered with Amazon on a program called Smile Amazon. It's a program where you shop and Amazon gives you the selected charity you select when you shop in your Amazon account. So the way it works like this, it's free, by the way. So the way it works, you shop as usual on your Amazon, and if you haven't participated in the program, it works like this. You pull a browser, type in Smile Amazon, then it will take you to your Amazon page, like you normally do, like shop there. And you will be given a choice to select an NPO, nonprofit. Type in the search box, I Dare. Then if you see I Dare, you select that, meaning that from that point on, every time you shop on Amazon, okay, on your page, Amazon page, you select charity I Dare for Smile Amazon to give donation to portion of your purchase. I believe Smile Amazon will give 0.05% to the selected charity. If I'm not mistaken, that's the percentage. So it's not much, a penny, but it will add up, right? All of that from your total purchase when you go into your Amazon's shopping. Plain and simple. So by doing this, you support our continued grassroots work in saving lives by educating and mobilizing resources for disaster risk reduction. That is our goal, is to save lives, educating disaster preparedness to anyone, really, to everyone. There's a section on this guide that also talks about business preparedness. Like I said, chapter 10, business preparedness. Commonly asked question I want to mention to me from the business owners on this specific topic, in this specific area. That's why I want to include it in here. Is that, do we have to have both business DR, disaster recovery plan, and or BCP, which is business continuity plan? My answer to that is very short and simple: yes, and yes, both. So your business continuity plan should be part of the vein in your business life, because the goal of business continuity plan is to prepare you to react and respond to unpredicted incidents, right? And keeps your operation or business operations going. And the bottom line is safeguard your business, basically. And the DR, that's a base. Everybody has to have that. Every business should have that. That's a baseline for disaster preparedness in your business. So I want to mention this, just like how we handle ourselves in any unpredicted situations in life, as I mentioned earlier, that life is 10% what happened to you, right? 90% how you react and respond. This obviously applies to both personal and also in your business lives. It does have the baseline. Okay, before we conclude the session, I want to ask you, hang on a minute. I want to ask you for a small task. Okay, so grab a piece of paper and pen. Better yet, a small note, maybe a note, a notepad or something like that. Write down one thing that you achieved today, small or big, daily. Be sure to include the day and the date, by the way. And this is your starting point right now today. Keep this and continue to do this for, say, the next 21 days. That's about 3 weeks. Then on the 22nd day, open this small note, look at them, and read them again. I'll call this a personal gratitude journal. As I mentioned before, I think similarly, my infamous jar of happiness, if you recall, I use the same CTA, call to action. Every New Year starts, instead of New Year resolutions, I will start my yearly jar of happiness, right? Same thing. I need to continue doing that, by the way. So, yeah, this is the same thing, kind of concept with the one that I'm mentioning right now. Start that daily journal gratitude. So, okay, that's all for me. I hope this has been an inspiration. You guys, time we spent in space together. I truly like this very much. If you're watching this, please accept my appreciation that you are here joining this session. Thank you. Feel free to reach out to me directly at any time. Email hello@nickydare.com. I am on LinkedIn. Connect me with there. Also, listen to my podcast on iHeartRadio and iTunes. Broadcasts regularly, so far on Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And also, before I forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, feel free to share any of my videos. I know I got a couple, direct message and said, oh, can I share this video? Of course, absolutely. Share any of my videos to your network and share them on your social media pages. Tag me if it's possible. I prefer hashtag Dare Inspires. Okay, if you have bought the book on Amazon, this is truly important. Please feel free to leave your Amazon reviews. That would be the greatest gift you ever give me. Amazon review, please. And also helpful for everybody else out there. So I want to thank you in advance for that. Don't forget to leave your Amazon reviews, okay? And don't forget to check out my other books. I don't have it with me, a copy here with me, but it's the newest one called Dare to Live Life. We will be scheduling that book reading soon also. All right, guys, thank you for being here with me. Thank you so much. And I think that's all the time that I have for right now. All right, stay safe and stay vigilant. God bless. Thank you. See you next time, very soon. All right, stay safe.